Hi everyone, delonewolf here. Welcome back to another EVE Online video. In this video I'm going to cover the dev blog on command bursts and the changes to fleet boosting that are coming in the November release. So warning, it's another discussion video. I'm only going to talk here, covering this dev blog a little bit and giving some analysis on these changes. This was years in the making. A lot of people have been complaining about the current state of fleet boosting in EVE Online for quite a long time, and CCP is finally going to change that. So what is this all about? Basically how boosting works at the moment is that you have a single ship that can boost an entire fleet from anywhere within a system, and they can do so in almost total safety. The only real counter to a fleet booster was to try and probe down that ship, then find it and kill it. And so the biggest problem that this had was that, especially for solo small gang PvP, a lot of players felt the need to train a second account, a second character, specifically to have a booster in the system that they were usually fighting. And of course that players that did not have this booster available had no way of countering it, or even seeing that the opponent that they were fighting against was enjoying all of these juicy boosts from a second account. And so as a result, CCP is going to move all the boosting to an on-grid system, so that the command ships, as these boosting ships are usually referred to in EVE Online, will have to be on-grid within the battle and can then give the boosts that they want to members of their fleet within a certain range of their ship. I personally think that this is a very good change. I in fact think that most of the feedback has been positive here as well. There's just been a little bit of nitpicking on the usual stuff. It's too big of a range, it's not enough range, it's too big of a cycle time, it's munitions are useless, all of that sort of stuff. But this is stuff that can of course be tweaked and that can be changed as is necessary, depending on the actual results in the game. But the overall idea, I think, is pretty positive. CCP also made a video about the effect itself, so you can have a look at that if you want to, from the dev blog. I'll link that one below. Basically you will have like an AoE effect whenever a boost is applied to fleet members, so that the opponent can also know that a boost is being applied to the enemy. It should have like a different color scheme depending on the actual type of buff. But not only that, there will also be a visual on the boosting ship and on the boosted ships, so that you actually have a visual representation of ships that are enjoying a boost and of the actual ship that is giving the boost to the entire fleet. So it looks pretty good from a visual department as well. I think on it was around a 1 minute cooldown, that this should not be too much either, right? So sometimes stuff like sensor boosting effects can be a little bit too much in really big fleet fights, but this seemed to be in a pretty good spot to me visually. And the system, basically these boosting modules will now have a cycle time of around 1 minute, where when you fire them, they will give this boost in an area around your ship to any fleet members in range. They will also require ammo. Unfortunately for me, the munitions will mostly be made from ice products, so this could actually give a bit of a boost to the prices of mining, ice mining products, but it doesn't come from minerals or anything like that. At least that's the plan at the moment. And it is the ammo type that is going to specify the exact boost that you're going to give within any category. For instance, in armor, you will have different ammo types that will increase the resistance or increase your armor HP and all of that stuff. The biggest impact of this, of course, is that you will usually start to see fleets with more than one boosting ship. In fact, I think a lot of fleets will build quite a bit of redundancy within their fleet boosters, and I think that this will bring more active gameplay, possible counter gameplay as well. And so overall, I'm pretty damn positive about these changes. Reading up on this dev blog, because I've mostly been playing EVE Online as a solo, what surprised me a bit, although I was somewhat aware of that, is how big some of these bonuses are. Armor energizing plus 21% as a maximum bonus, that's pretty crazy. Armor reinforcements 21% extra HP, that's quite a bit as well. Same with the shields, of course. For sensor, 50% better resolution and targeting range. It is a very big boost. I actually think that while on the one hand this makes fleet boosting invaluable, almost necessary in most situations, this also means that we'll have an active profession that will be in very high demand across all of New Eden. So overall, pretty damn happy about this change. Active fleet boosting from on-grid, requiring you to bring more ships that can do the same tasks as well, requiring you to have the right positioning, the right grouping, the right management of your fleets, all of the doctrines and things like that. Very good change in my opinion, coming in November. An extra little addition, I'm not sure if it's shown anywhere here specifically. Yeah, the Titans are going to get an effect generator that is going to basically pulse a very large area, possibly an entire grid, with an effect that will be applied to both friendly and enemy ships. So this, you can almost think of this as applying a wormhole effect to a battlefield. A lot of people were not that positive about this and saying that it's mostly going to be a gimmick that will rarely be used, but personally, I mean, if you can really punch an EM hole in your enemy, then have the right ship types that will not be affected too much by that, but then be able to focus your damage on that EM hole. This can potentially be something that will bring a single Titan to certain battles, to try and turn the tide or to change the entire battlefield. Although I don't fly Titans and I've not really been too active in nullsec, from my perspective, this actually looks like something that can be used to great effectiveness if you can combine the effect with the right fleet doctrine. This is something that could really turn a battle around. At the risk of a Titan, of course, but that's the whole idea. So I'm actually pretty positive about the Titan effect generators that are going to boost pretty much an entire grid with effects to everyone on that grid. Sounds pretty damn interesting to me. Anyways, overall, again, pretty positive about all of this. November is looking like it's going to be the big release, of course. In fact, CCP is starting to call this an expansion or a mini expansion. So we'll have the boost changes, we'll have the free-to-play stuff coming as well. And very importantly for me personally, we'll have the industrial arrays coming in November as well. It's not part of this dev blog, that one should follow later, but I think I can quickly show that from the EVE updates website. If I can quickly go over there. So in September we get the redesigns for the mining ships and some of the other smaller ships, but it is now officially added. Once I go for the fall coronation, also an event coming September 27th. Put that in your agendas, please, because I'm definitely gonna try and cover that. But that could be pretty damn cool, and hopefully the start of new storylines. But then, after all of these events, fall 2016 is where we will finally have the industrial arrays. So it's now official. They are not coming in September, they're coming in November. So we still have a little bit of time to make more preparations to actually get the dev block out of there. But this is one of those things that I am totally looking forward to in EVE Online, so that I can get to work on my industrial arrays. Anyways, there you go, guys. A bit of an update video on EVE Online. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.